Hi there. So it's October 1st, and we're going to start Proverbs over again. And I thought of a twist. Each month that we do these over, I'm going to use a different translation. Okay. Last month we used the New Living Translation. This month we're going to use the NIV, the New International Version, which is probably one of the best, most researched translations made. It took them like 25 or 30 years to make this translation. From all the original, they didn't use any of the old Bibles to translate, Like, for example, the New American Standard was translated from the King James. These guys used they went all the way back to the original manuscripts and did it all over again. So that's why it's one of the most used ones right now. But we're going to jump over there, and we'll begin for October 1st. And they break it up differently too. Purpose and theme. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. For gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of insight, for receiving instruction in prudent behavior, doing what is right, just, and fair. For giving prudence to those who are simple. Simple. Knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add to their learning. And let the discerning get guidance for understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings of the riddles of the wise. Okay. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's a good one. Prologue. Exhortations to embrace wisdom. Warning against it, the invitation of sinful men. Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head, and a chain to adorn your neck. My son, if sinful men entice you, do not give in to them. If they say, come along with us, let's lie in wait for innocent blood, let's ambush some harmless soul, let's swallow them alive like the grave, and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder. A lot of that going on today, huh? Cast lots with us. We will all share in the loot. My son, do not go along with them, and do not set foot on their paths, for their feet rush into evil, and they are swift to shed blood. How useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. Yeah. These men lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush only themselves. Such are the paths of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of those who get it. Right. Wisdom's rebuke. Out in the open, wisdom calls aloud. She praises her voice in the public square. On top of the wall, she cries out at the city gate. She makes her speech. This is her speech. How long will you who are simple love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in the mockery of fools and hate knowledge? Repent at my rebuke. Then I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make known to you my teachings. But since you refuse to listen when I call, and no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand, since you disgrace all my advice and do not accept my rebuke, I in turn will laugh when disaster strikes you. I will mock when calamity overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you. Then they will call to me, but I will not answer. Then they will look for me, but will not find me. Since they hated knowledge, I did not choose to fear the Lord. You notice that word was added. Since they would not accept my advice and spurn my rebuke, they will eat the fruit of their ways and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. Oh. That's Proverbs 1. And it's different than the New Living Translation. It was all broken up into little sayings. And this is more like a flowing, and it's separated pretty nicely. But yeah, that's one. There's not a lot in one, but the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. What are these? Oh, look. Brings it right up. The Hebrew word rendered fool in Proverbs is often elsewhere in the Old Testament to denote a person who is morally deficient. Simple. The Hebrew word rendered simple in Proverbs denotes a person who is gullible, without moral direction, and inclined to evil. They call them simpletons back then. What's this one? For the understanding of proverbs and parables, the sayings are the riddles of the wise. Or understanding a proverb, namely a parable, and the sayings of the wise, and their riddles. It's interesting. Yeah. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Yep. If you think you know everything, you can't be taught anything. It's one of my own proverbs. How useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. Right. Right. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 1 in the New International Version. And we'll continue this. And each month we're going to use a different version. I mean, next month we might use the New King James or the New American Standard or the ESV or something. And get something different out of it each time. So, happy October. We'll keep doing this. This is fun. We are going to be very wise by the end of this. So, have a good day.